Hello all guys, my name is Pramit Tiwari, and in the previous video we have seen the mathematical intuition and the depth intuition, how we can solve uh, and understand about the linear regression algorithm. So let's in this video we are going to see the practical implementation of our linear regression algorithm. For this I am using Jupyter Notebook. You can use Google Colab for performing practical implementation, but guys prefer Jupyter Notebook over this, so we will use this Jupyter Notebook for our practical implementation of linear regression. And this is what an interface of Jupyter Notebook look like this. So guys, let's start our first practical of linear regression. Here I you can see that we have an option of upload, new, and this all the things which you will perform get stored in this. So I have already uploaded. You can upload your data set by this by doing or click on upload button, and now I'll open my notebook for performing my practical implementation of linear regression. So it will let me land this in page. So guys, let's start our practical implementation of linear regression. So the guys, the prerequisite of machine learning to be learned by a person is he or she can have a understanding about the basic Python, like उसको पाइथन में डेटा क्लीनिंग का पार्ट आना चाहिए गाइस, है ना। तो मैं यहाँ पे मशीन लर्निंग की प्लेलिस्ट स्टार्ट कर रहा हूँ डायरेक्ट। तो आप अश्योर करें कि आपको पाइथन कम से कम बेसिक तो आता हो, जो कि आपको डेटा क्लीनिंग और बाकी सारी चीज़ें डेटा प्री प्रोसेसिंग रैंगलिंग के लिए हेल्प करे। सो इन दिस मशीन लर्निंग गाइस वी हैव to use many type of important libraries of Python like NumPy, Pandas, sklearn, Matplotlib, PyTorch, scikit-learn, Keras. Like PyTorch and TensorFlow, Keras we will cover in deep learning. But for this, at least you should know about the NumPy, Pandas. With the help of this coding, I will explain and give overview of this library. So guys, let's start our practical implementation of linear regression. I will here mark down uh, linear regression. Oh sorry, I have, if you want to mark down something, then you can click like this, and if you will click like this, then it will make a headline to your what you are performing, right? So the very first thing for performing this linear regression practical, we have to import all the necessary library, like import numpy as np, like import pandas as pd. So guys, numpy is a library in a Python which is used to perform a numeric function like subtraction, addition, array, and all these things. Like numpy is generally used for a numerical computation in our machine learning. This library provide all the feature for performing this. And pandas is very important guys. Pandas very important library in machine learning, sorry, Python, which is used in a machine learning to load a data set and pre-process it, right? So let's proceed guys with this further. So next we will import our machine learning new, we will import our linear regression from sklearn. So for importing this we will use the command like from sklearn dot linear sorry guys, linear underscore model. Yes, we will import linear regression from this, from sklearn dot linear model. You can guys import linear regression. And the next thing which we have to import is this is also from sklearn only, sklearn dot model, model underscore selection, import train underscore test underscore split. So guys, training and testing part also we will covered in further when we will execute our program. I will explain all these things in depth, so stay tuned guys. You can also refer the site, like if you will write sklearn here, sklearn, uh, sklearn, sorry, sklearn, and you will search for sklearn linear regression, then you can get all the documentation, and with the help of this you can easily perform your practical implementation, like how you will import sklearn if you are a beginner into your model. This is what fit, intercept, copy, and jobs first, right? Here you can learn all these things to get understand easily. So you can refer this website. We will talk ridge and lasso afterwards. So with the help of this site, you can easily perform your practical implementation, right? So yes, we are here, right? So right guys, you can easily perform all these things. Okay, so let's continue with this. So we will import our sklearn matrix, which is help sklearn dot matrix. Yes, matrix. We will import mean underscore squared underscore error, and we will use r2 underscore square. So guys, this sklearn is a machine learning library that contain our multiple models to perform an predictivity in this machine learning model. So with the help of this, we can import our linear regression. Sklearn help us to train and split our model. Like we will in further cell we will see how we will do a train split, and the sklearn matrix is used to find the mean square error. Like this is an accuracy parameter, like. So you can see here that your kernel is fully busy. It is checking that whether the things are correct or not, whether the parameters are correct or not. So what is this error? This error is showing uh, cannot import name linear regression. Just a second guys, we will check out this in our linear regression part. Linear regression, REN sklearn, linear regression dot sklearn. We will see what is. So guys, if you get any error or all these things, you can refer this side and see. I'll paste here and see what are the mistakes that I have made. Oh, I have writ- written a wrong spelling of linear regression. Now we will execute it again. So here you can say that our libraries are imported successfully. Now we will proceed to load our data set. To load our data set, we have a command pd dot read underscore csv, and suppose I have already uploaded my Boston data set, so I will use that Boston dot csv. Okay, so I will use this data set, and I will store all this in a term df, which will, because this is very long character, right? So instead of calling this, I will directly write df to get all this in the next part. So it is executed successfully. Now if I want to see my data set, I will see first five part of. So you can see here first five columns and rows of our data set. Our data set contains crime, indus, chess, and age, ages, and this guys, in this we have price, which is our dependent variable, because we have to predict price, and this all are our independent variable. Like with the help of this only we will predict price. As I have taught you in my previous video, that we have in linear regression we have two things: independent, dependent variable. So price is an dependent variable which we have to predict, and these are independent variable, right? So how this is how you can import a data set in your Jupyter notebook. And if df.head provides you the five of 5 of your head data set. Now if you want to look your data set from downside, then you can see if this is also your data set is consist of 505 column, right? So it df dot head and df dot tail are used to see the head part and the tail part of your data set. Suppose I want to check, is there any null value in my data set? Is there any value that contains 0? So we will use df dot is null. Is null is used to check whether anything in your data set is null or not. So you can see here everything is false, 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 means we don't have any null value in our data set. So let's see what are the data type and the types of things that are contained by our data set. So we can see it by typing or writing the query, writing a code df.info. Here you can see that the values are mostly float, int. Mostly the data types are float and int, guys. So this is how you can explore about the data and explore the data and get the data description, guys. Now, guys, as I have told you in the previous video also that we have to predict this price, this price based on this independent features like this. So let's make a variable x in which we will give all the independent variable, and y is used for the prediction part. So let's do this. Df dot drop is used to drop all. I will explain that first. Let me write the code. So we will use price here, and x is equal to 1. In the next part, guys, in the next part we will use y is used to store a dependent feature. Like with the help of y we can store our dependent feature which we have to predict, right? So in the y we will store df dot df price. I will explain, guys, don't worry. So this bunch of code help out us to separate our dependent and independent variable. In the Python, we have df.drop, which is used to drop rest all the things excepting this. Like in our x-axis, we will drop only price, and rest all the things will remain similar. Whereas in y, we will store price only, which we have dropped from x-axis. This is because we want to predict we want to predict price, right? So we will make all the things except price as independent and price as dependent. एक्स पे हम यहाँ पे क्या करेंगे कि प्राइस के अलावा जितनी भी सारी चीज़ें हैं उसको हम इंडिपेंडेंट में डाल देंगे, और वाई में हम सिर्फ प्राइस को डालेंगे. इस सेल को मैं एग्जीक्यूट करता हूँ तो यहाँ पे बोल रहा है डेटा फ्रॉम डेटा फ्रेम ऑब्जेक्ट इज नॉट. चलो ठीक है, वो हम देखते हैं अभी ऊपर